Zanzi. It is June 10th. I'm tired of all this. But I figured it out. Synchro destiny. Primordial sound. And a puppy. In the Taj Mahal of homelessness. No pear tea trees around here. Alright, we're in the book. Sort of framework, waiting for the concepts of the philosophical hypothesis of bio-electromagnetism. Morphic resonance, Rupert Sheldrake. Getting it all on, but it's this quote right here by Deepak Chopra. Rupert Sheldrake's contributions will be recognized one day at the same level as those of Newton and Darwin. Well, now, curiously enough, the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism needs to do some pivoting to not just Newton and Darwin, but also Descartes' no duality, mind-body, not separate, very much the same, or much the same, and also Freud and Einstein. Right here, we're in the back, we're reading the Q&A with David Bohm, with Einstein in his youth. Got his own little theory with some other guy. Talking with Rupert about morphic fields, morphic resonance, the hypothesis of formative causation that he's created. And Bohm, implicate order. So he's using the physics side. There's a great stuff here. It's, okay. So quantum mechanics, as it stands now, I want to say, is a very truncated, limited, abstracted set of formulas that give certain limited results having to do with only one moment of an experiment. But out of this truncated view, physicists are trying to explain everything. You see, the whole thing simply has no meaning. Think about it. Modern physics can't even talk about the actual world. That's why I had to create a poll. Philosophy of everything. We've got to synthesize all this stuff that's out here. So I'll go in the library and my friends, they set it up so that Deepak Chopra's spontaneous fulfillment of desire, all about synchronicity. Right there. Waiting for me to pick up. I didn't have to go search for it. It's just there in the display. The summer reading. I did then go and pick up and hear this book. So these two books, physicist David Bohm, who got taught by Einstein. Why does not anybody feel the truth that I'm the she Einstein of consciousness? I need some help getting a very important theory out to the world. I haven't read it. We Are Electric. Sally Adi. Inside the 200-year hunt for our body's bioelectric code and what the future holds. In this fascinating book, At the Next Frontier of Scientific Discovery, after you get your philosophical evolutions down, Sally Adi explains the untold history of bioelectricity and sketches its tantalizing and promising future. All this is connected in this brain Lloyds of London, holla. No, just Deepak. Artisanal capital, my friend. I'm gonna make that happen. Look, there's David's son's interests. I didn't put that together for the longest time. I was following Max on LinkedIn for quite some time. Right here, I was like, oh, only reason I'm alive. The Trojan giraffe of whiteness. I'm up to about 18 lives so far. Felines guiding us. Morphic resonance is possible to make it through a number of really, really bad situations. So on the page, so he's explaining it, and we're going back, talking how does biology and physics understand that everything is frequency. And the big thing, what David Bohm was just saying there is that physics talks about experiments. Quantum physics is all experiments. Quantum physics is not observable empirically in the real world. We're at the mercy of the tools, which I like to point out are part of the seeing is believing paradigm of whiteness. We use microscopes and telescopes. Everything we're verifying is saying we have to see it or else it's not real. That's a faulty, flawed, and fraudulent paradigm of the whiteness thought tradition that's, even as smart as these guys are, Deepak. I have a unified theory of human energy, potential, well-being. That's body, mind, and soul integrated. That is directed towards all 8 billion of us. We've got to unite as one species. We cannot solve planetary problems like climate change, the ever-escalating burdens of chronic disease and mental illness, and the dehumanization of plantation capitalism in silos of races and genders and organizations and corporations, or even nations, continents. Every single human has got to understand how to fix our stinking industrialized thinking. Plantation capitalism has done whipped humanity far too much. It's time for reparations. Black humans are the original model of evolution. We are all African ancestrally, all of us. One species. Everyone leveled the playing field. Everyone has enough money. It's a government's job. Everybody has enough money. Abundance capitalism. Then the players can play. Then, by definition, all income is disposable. You see, it's the time, it's the place. And the 5th force, representing the evolution of consciousness, shift into altered states of consciousness, trance, performance, artistic flow. You need the data. Well, first off, Planta sapiens, the new science of plant intelligence, and ecological philosopher, the spell of the essentialist David Abram. This book, there's a lot of really important books in the world. But here's Altered States of Consciousness, straight through Stephen Kotler, Peter Diamandis, X Prize. Would you P prize me? Philosophy prize. C prize me consciousness. That's Deepak. We can make that happen together. We just pitched my Friday night ecstatic trance dance group, where they're more junior high. dance group. But great people. I did a little Socratic improv for them and mentioned one of the ways, Deepak, that we can create an evolution of consciousness is to pivot in artisanal capital. Deb talks. Dynamic, energetic, brilliant. No more of this ideas worth spreading. This is about insights worth performing. About humans expressing themselves delightfully, spontaneously, with creativity. Spoke a word. One human monologues. Stand-up philosophy. I'll be the first Deb talk. But then it's straight over to the global majority of more densely melanated humans. It's always this comparison in our language. Even when you're being as... And I apologize. I'm not stepping away with it like pretending I didn't do it. I'm trying to explain it so we could all catch ourselves and get this comparative, judgmental, everything we say. Time is only embodied. There's no time out there. Only time. It can be acculturated. It can be socialized. It's, of course, driven by solar and chronobiological situations. But the self-conscious sort of experience of time is exactly as individual as a sense of balance. Most of us can sit and stand. Have you ever seen Debbie Allen dance in Fame? What kind of interoception? She, Jean Anthony Ray, humans that meant so much to me in my past. Creating synchronicity. It's about having access to all the vast regions of your memory banks. Only riches we ever truly possess. Gotta end plantation capitalism. Gotta understand quantum physics. The answers that they seek. Cosmology. Why is the universe expanding? Big Bang. No. Okay, a little bit of judgment. The guy who created the Big Bang Theory, you do know his name starts with Father. It's always like, give us one miracle. Philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism needs no miracles. It needs new science. It's philosophical evolution in thinking that will generate the next scientific revolution. And sit here homeless for 27 months. No help. People seem to like to help me be homeless. Nobody will spend any time helping me. She's Sherlock of human functioning. So, I live and think on Earth, really not all that concerned with all the cosmology. I did the regression testing everywhere. What I mean by the universe expanding is in the context of the fact that the physicists only know 4.9% of the mass of the universe. 4.9% is all of the matter we already know about. All of it. Suns, planets, stars, terrestrial. 33% is dark matter. 65% is dark energy. I'm saying that my thinking's unconsciousness explain what dark energy is and dark matter. Morphic fields, morphic. These are from biology, but they work in chemistry and physics just as well. These are descriptions of the processes of how vibration existence is. It's a very, again, about watching our habits of language and our patterns things. We've literally ended up unable to, no, it's a dog getting pulled around, oh no. I don't want to die. I can stop so much torture that we are self-manifesting. I know they're feeding that dog a very high carbohydrate diet. It can't move. Enormous lymphedema pain like myself. Being fed a very high carbohydrate, very almost exclusively carbohydrate diet. Don't know how to think. It's marketing manipulation. It's again, I'm not insulting your intelligence. I'm expecting you to be plenty intelligent enough to keep up with me. I'm not even going fast nor far right now. I guess that's all relative, as Uncle Albie would say. You're thinking in beta brainwave frequencies. And I'm orbiting you. I'm doing a little hyper warp. I'm thinking in gamma brainwaves. Never saw that analogy before. Improv. Created fresh. Knew it would be. Gonna have to. This good one. I think I had a lot more to say about this discussion with Rupert and David, but brevity says, got to turn it off. Suffer the penalty and nobody will watch it. Putting shit in the morphic fields and changing things, whether or not you all let me live or not. So I just keep going and going and going. That'll be harmony.